there, it's Mary from stampingmary.stampingup.net. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is day 12 of the 12 days of Christmas, and this is a cute little gift box we're going to make today. It's a tiny little treat box using very non-traditional colours. So you're going to need a piece of cardstock. I'm using copper clay and a piece of Designer Series paper. This paper comes from the Oh Holy Night Designer Series 12 by 12 paper stack. Bring in your Simply Scored scoring tool, and on the long side score at 1 3/4, 2 3/4, 4 1/2, and 5 1/2. Turn on to the short side and score at 1 inch. And that's all the scoring done. No need to score the Designer Series paper. Grab your paper snips and cut away that bottom tab. And then cut up your vertical score marks, that 1 inch mark. Burnish those scores. Let me end up these here. Okay. Pop some tape on that narrow strip right there. And then simply fold this in on itself. So this tab here folds over to there. So this one, this far end, folds over to that one. To make that, there's the box. So that's what it looks like now. Fold in the sides and back, and then another piece of tearing tape down here. Just noticed my cutting wasn't very straight on that side, so I'll just fix that. Okay. Right, okay. So that's the box made. It's only tiny, but it's cute, right? Bring in 2 pieces of, I've already cut these using the Tailored Tags dies, so this is also copper clay. So all we're going to do is put some Tombow, right, and I'm on the front and the back. That's to make that tie. I just layer it right at the bottom. A little bit hard to see when it's tone on tone, but so just so it's completely flush with the bottom. Oops. Give it a second or two to dry, and over, other side, same thing. So I've put a list of all the products I've used in the description bar below as well. So you can click on those and you'll be taken to my Stampin' Up store. Now the Designer Series paper, this is such pretty paper. I actually cut it the wrong way. You can see I've got that one going the right direction. It should be going up like that, but we're going to go with this anyway because I've cut it. So all we're going to do is make sure that's completely set because we don't want those to move. And all we're going to do is wrap this around. And where it wraps at the back, where it wraps at the, this is the back of the box where it folds in. Okay, so just gently press those corners, the sides, and then with your bone folder, give all of those marks a burnish. And then I always say wherever it folds on its back, on the back is the back of the box. So some tape. And then just wrap it back around. Now I want it to be so that the top of this paper is completely flush with the top of the box, not the bottom of the box. So I'm having a little bit of a, I don't mind if there's a little bit of a edge at the bottom there. So that's nice and firm, it's not coming off. If you want to, you can pop some more adhesive down the sides there to hold it on, but don't really need to. This is cut at 2 inches, sorry, 6 3/4 by 2 inches. Is that correct? Yeah, 6 3/4 by 2 inches. All right, now the decoration, so cute, right? So I've used this image from the Zany Zoo, this one right here, and in this set there's also some little dies, and I've gone ahead already and cut those out from Old Olive, little trees. And the sentiment is actually from Something Great to Celebrate, and I've just cut out the celebrate because that's, I wanted to make it Christmassy, but you know, not too Christmassy, because you could use this for any time, but it's so cute. So let's go ahead and stamp our images. I'm going to bring in Memento for our little this little cutie. Memento black for that one, and then for the celebrate, whoops, I'm using copper clay. So the copper clay ink, just put that one over there. Right, so we're going to do a little bit of colouring with Stampin' Blends. So I'm using cherry cobbler for the wool. Okay. Cherry cobbler, because I'm using this at Christmas time, so I did want it to give a little bit of a Christmassy feel. And cherry cobbler always says Christmas to me. And this is boho blue for just putting the dark down here. I tried a few different color combinations on this, to tell you the truth. I wasn't sure what I really, once I had selected copper clay and that designer series paper, I got a bit stuck with my color combinations, so I figured I had to go completely with non-traditional. The greatest colouring, and then light petal pink dark and light petal pink for this little cutie patootie. A light petal pink for her body. Oops, that's the wrong colour for the chair. That's all right. Using the brush tip just to make it a bit faster. I don't use the brush tip very often. I find this colouring quite therapeutic actually. Let's go back to the light boho blue. If you haven't used blends before, I'm not using them sort of as I haven't really blended out any colour really. So yeah, a little bit of colour. Here we go. So what you'll be doing now is you'll be die cutting that out using this adorable die right here. To save time, I've actually gone ahead and already done one. So there it is there. Let's just cut out this Celebrate right here. You could use the whole, if you didn't want to use this as a Christmas themed project, you could keep the whole sentiment in. I think that would still be cute too. All right, so there's my completed one. So all that happens now is that we are going to put this little cutie on the back. Now I've put dimensionals on the back only at the bottom so that the top of it just sits flat. So pop your image on there slightly to the left to allow room for the trees. A couple of glue dots on the back of this. These are glue dots that are left over from some of our kits. I find them really handy. I never use them all in the kits, and they're a little bit fiddlier than the other glue dots, but they work just as well. Oops, one doesn't want to come off. So I'm just popping one behind the designer series paper there, one there, and another one next to it. Come off. Go. Oh, just there. Our little trees, and then Celebrate. This is just a very narrow strip, so there is in the Zany Zoo suite there is actually paper where you can cut this image out directly if you didn't want to have to colour, but there you go, and there it is, nearly done. Last but not least, this is the copper clay ribbon, and this is in the Stampin' Up September to December mini catalogue. This is the copper and natural ribbon. There's also a very wide ribbon as well that goes in here, but I'm just going to use the copper because I'm keeping the whole copper clay thing going. Come on, in you go. So these are the Tailor Tagged dies that I used to make the sides of the box to build it up. Really like this copper clay ribbon, it's very pretty. So you put your little treats in there and then do a little bow and you are done. If you didn't want to go to all the extra effort of colouring, then obviously you could cut them out from the designer series paper for Zany Zoo as I mentioned, but otherwise if you only had a few to make, colouring doesn't take that long. In fact, looks like tying the ribbon's going to take me even longer today. Oh dear, I've made an absolute hash of this ribbon, this bow today. I think I just cut my ribbon too short, that's the problem. This ribbon's very shiny, as you can probably see. So it isn't the easiest to tie, but once you get it going, it's okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm going to have to stop because I'll just be here all day tying that ribbon. That's the perfectly done one. I've obviously done off camera. And here's the one that's got the wonky ribbon on the top. But I'm sure if you've seen enough videos of people tying bows, you know how to tie a bow. So there you have it. Very cute, very easy to make, very non-traditional. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Stampingmary, M-E-R-R-Y @gmail.com. Thank you and have a great day.